I think this is probably one of the meanest looking helmets on the market. Guys, what's up? We are out making another video. This time around I'm chilling by myself, but yo, just like the title says, guys, I have a brand new helmet set up. You can see it right here, guys. It's the Ruroc Atlas. This one's full carbon fiber, and I think it looks pretty crazy sick, especially with the smoke visor. So here's kind of what's going on. This video is more just a first peek at my new motovlog setup, what the helmet looks like and everything. But then I'm going to be also making an in-depth video, a full video review on this helmet and what I think about it, and kind of just get more in-depth about it. Like I said, a real review. This video is more so just kind of my first initial thoughts, because being totally honest with you guys, right now is my first ride ever with this brand new helmet on. Like, I literally got everything hooked up last night. I'm hoping all the audio is recording correctly, because this is my first time with it on, so these are my honest thoughts. So I'll give a little quick background of the helmets I have ridden with over the years. My first helmet was an HJC FG something, I don't remember, F something, one of their beginner helmets. I thought it was a really good starter helmet for the price point. Very, very good. And then after that, I got an Arai Corsair 5, I believe. A lot more expensive than the HJC. I kind of just moved right up to it. I actually got in a crazy crash with that helmet on, and it saved my life, to say the least. And the third helmet I wore after the Arai was my Shoei RF-1200, which you guys have seen that helmet in just about every single one of my motovlogs for the past like few years, honestly, 2 or 3 years. So far, that was overall my absolute favorite helmet. The shell size looked proportionate to my body. It wasn't giant looking. My Arai looked huge on my head, and my HJC was just a cheaper helmet. It was loud. It wasn't my favorite. And now, as you guys can see, I got the Ruroc Atlas on, the carbon fiber one. We're not going to get into details on the specs or exactly the type of helmet it is, because I'm going to get into that video later. I actually have a bunch of crazy B-roll of the new helmets. But what I want to do is start covering some of my first impressions on the helmet. For one, with this carbon fiber one specifically, it is very light. Very, very light. It's definitely lighter than my Shoei RF-1200, and definitely lighter than my other helmets at that as well. And I really expected nothing less with it being full carbon fiber. It's obviously going to be a little bit lighter. And on top of that, it looks sick. I think with the smoke visor, like, guys, I'm not lying, I think this is probably one of the meanest looking helmets on the market, and I've literally said that since they released their very first version of the Atlas. I think it just looks super mean with the smoke visor on it specifically. One of the second things I absolutely loved about this, and this came into play last night when I was installing everything, is they have speaker slots for your speakers already in the helmet. Like if you have a packtalk, a Senna, whatever you guys are running in your helmet, there's literally spots already in the helmet, like little pockets with Velcro ready to slide your speakers in, like little pockets. It's awesome. And that might seem small to some of you guys, but to me it was a big deal. So here's a good example. When I got my Shoei RF-1200, the upgraded speakers I got with my packtalk would not fit comfortably in the helmet. So what happened was I actually had to get help and cut little pockets out of the helmet, like cut into the plastic of the helmet on the interior to comfortably fit the speakers in little pockets. And like I said, with this Ruroc, that's like no more. You literally just slide them in the sleeve, Velcro them in place, and you can't even tell that they're there. And on top of that, before I started recording, I played some music in the speakers while riding to hear what they sound like, where they're setting, and they sound really, really good. And again, the Bluetooth unit I'm using is Cardo packtalk, and if you guys want like 15 to 20% off your packtalk, just click the link below and go check them out. They're definitely, in my opinion, the best Bluetooth unit you can get. And now moving on from there, one thing I'm going to say is the visor on these things are pretty big. You can see they look pretty oversized on the front of the helmet, and that's not a bad thing. In my opinion, I think for one, it makes it look mean, like I already said, and two, it makes my field of view a lot more wide open. Like my Shoei, I can see the top of the forehead area, and I can't really see the sides of my Shoei, but I can see the top, like I said. And in this Ruroc with the oversized visor, I can't see anything. Right now, literally all I can see is the nose piece and some of the bottom chin pieces and like barely my GoPro. but everything else is wide open. Like I can just see everything. And moving on to another first impression, it definitely does have good airflow. I don't know how to compare it to my Shoei RF-1200. I would say it's probably pretty equal to the Shoei overall, at least. And if I had to really sit and compare, I feel like my Ruroc so far has a little bit more wind flow, airflow, whatever you want to call it. I feel a little bit more airflow up in my forehead area, which is always nice to help keep you cool, especially here in Arizona. But something I will mention, it seems just a tad bit louder than my Shoei. Not that much louder, but just a little bit more wind noise overall inside of the helmet. Honestly, it's probably not that much of a difference at all, so that's definitely good news, because that's always what I'm worried about. And one thing that's sick about the Ruroc so far is this windscreen is beefy underneath it, so it's definitely keeping the wind from getting under my chin and up in my helmet under there, which is going to keep my audio quality for motovlogs very crispy, that's for sure. So for all of you guys wondering, I do wear a small helmet. I do have a small head, and so far this helmet is pretty much molding to my head shape very well. It's not blowing around or shaking around in the wind. You can see it in the third person view here. When I look around, it's not blowing around. It feels like it's cutting through the wind quite nicely. So some of my little complaints off the bat, and guys, so far all they are is super minor complaints, but the windscreen where it clips into the helmet, I don't know if you can see, it slightly, ever so slightly wants to slide out, because it doesn't really clip into place. Like, it doesn't snap into place there, unfortunately. Like I said, while you're riding, I don't think there is any way in the world that windscreen is going to come loose and pop out. It just ever so slightly kind of hangs down, which is, like I said, very minor. It's just a little annoying in my opinion. And to back that up, Tim actually has a Ruroc Atlas as well. He has the just flat black one, and he said his windscreen slightly pokes out as well. Again, insanely minor, but I figured I'd throw that out there. And we're gonna get way more in depth with the helmet. Like I said, once I put the actual review up, it's gonna be a different type of video. But one thing I love is the strap, with it being magnetic. I know some of you would think that sounds completely unsafe, but if you knew exactly how this works and how easy it is to buckle and be insanely secure, but you can literally just pull the tab and unbuckle it with ease. Like, it's insane the system they have made for that. That's a huge plus for me. I really love that, honestly. Again, guys, like I said, I think this helmet looks sick, especially the carbon fiber look. It looks insane. And like I said, it feels good on my head. It feels very lightweight, and it breathes just fine for what I'm used to in a helmet. And honestly, I can't even give you a full opinion on airflow, because my GoPro mount is literally mounted right over top of the air vent you can see. So my GoPro is actually blocking a lot of wind flow from the bottom chin area. But overall, guys, for first impression and first ride, I give this helmet a huge, like, 2 thumbs up, no doubt. And also, I did just put the packtalk on it. It fits perfectly on the side of the helmet. No problem there at all. It was actually very easy to install. But yeah, I want you guys to comment below and let me know what you think about the new helmet. Be honest. Let me know if you think it looks sick, if you think it does not look good. Whatever you think, just let me know, because honestly, I really do like how it looks. But definitely like and subscribe to the channel. And guys, check out my new outro that was just created, starring Tim, actually. And yeah, after you enjoy the outro, click the next video and watch the next one on the channel right now.